Hello everybody, it's Anu from The Princess and Peasant, and I promised that I would do a video on what on earth do you use a junk journal for. So I hope this is helpful for those who are beginning or who have made loads of junk journals and don't know what to do with them, like myself. And anyone who might be just interested in finding out. I'll try and keep it as simple as possible. I'm going to start off with four categories I thought would easily describe ways and means of using junk journals. So the first one is practical notes. So for example, a gardening journal, like this one here. So that if you're a gardener, you can plan what you need to plant, when you need to plant it, perhaps do some sketches, perhaps do some plans, pictures, seed packets. This is one I am creating for a friend as a gift. I am going to make 4 dividing sections for the seasons. I've included little seed bags so that they can collect your seeds, put them in the fridge or freezer. Just interesting botanical themed ideas, sketch paper for sketching, basically garden themed journal that I hope a gardener would find useful and practical. Other ideas for practical notebooks are diaries, calligraphy books, photograph albums, things that you want to collect together into a book. It's quite nice to make a theme. So that's that one. So that's first practical notes. The second category I thought would be particular notes, i.e. a holiday journal, perhaps an art journal, a gift for a friend who has a particular favourite subject topic, or a sample book for ideas. If you are a junk journaler and you'd like to keep a book, a bit like the Dephemerember journals that 49 Dragonflies and Luise Heinzl do, they create a journal of suggestions and ideas of what to do. That's a really nice idea. This one is a journal I made when we went to Italy, went to Rome for 2 weeks. So I actually created it in Italy. And that was super fun. So I really tried to I took a few things with me, namely glue, and I took a masterboard card I'd made for sort of had a few ideas about what to include. And this, as you can probably see, has actually got my notes of what we did. For example, on Friday, the 16th of September, there is a train and bus strike today. So Stephen the Magnificent, that's my husband, set to studying the maps, and after breakfast he came up with a plan. Not too far away, 45-minute walk, was a park with some catacombs. So off we set in the brilliant sun following the main road, and soon found ourselves in a busy shopping area with classy-looking boutiques and pastry shops. Passing several Nazanai, that's the fountains in Rome, we moved into the outskirts of the shopping, into a more residential area, quiet tree-lined streets, steadily climbing uphill. We found the park and walked along dusty paths that twisted through groves of trees. We spied some benches in the shade and sat next to a green pond which was full of turtles. The grass surrounding us was brown and weary, seemingly gasping for water. The cool shade by the water was delightful as the hot air settled around us. The turtles were so sweet, obviously used to people and properly cared for. They paddled over and poked their heads above water to see if anything yummy was forthcoming. Some of them bathed in the sun. Others tried to join them and promptly caused a whole group to topple back into the water. Something like that. Just your notes and observations that you have. Drawings, sketches, tickets. That was done actually in the place. So that's an example of a particular journal. The next one is a personal journal. Private thoughts, prayers, maybe to help with depression or grief. I haven't actually had grief or depression, so I haven't actually done a personal one for that myself, but I have done one about personal prayers, which I know it's a bit of a sensitive subject, this one, but I was encouraged to write down some of the prayers I had to see if they were ever answered. So that was a really fun personal journal for me. All sorts of subjects, particularly for grief. They say it's very helpful to write down your feelings to help process that. So that has a really lovely use. And then the fourth category was peculiar. And I just thought that covers the ones just because you want to make a journal. I picked this up when visiting friends in Lincoln, and it was such a wonderful texture, the paper, the quality, that I have turned it into, I don't know what it is really, maybe just an artistic pages, I think, really. You could write in it, I suppose, things you did. But I just enjoyed making it. I haven't quite worked out what I'm going to use it for yet, but I'm sure I will think of something. So really that's just the creative, the art journal, you know, where you just create a journal to look at, perhaps write poetry in that you love, sketch things that you like, you know, just because for the joy of creating. So really those four categories probably cover the use for most journals, as indeed the reason why we buy notebooks and diaries is much the same, just they're great fun to make and they're great fun to use. So I hope this has been helpful and interesting for anybody watching. This one is my latest denim inspired journal. This will be available in my Etsy shop at Princess and Peasant if you are interested in having a look at that. There are also some packs of paper that I've just been putting together, old vintage paper and some cutouts. So do head over there and have a look, and I'll speak to you again soon. Take care. Bye.